Hi everyone, my name is Isabel Cuen, and this is my 6th update for my personal learning project. For this week, I had 3 main goals for myself, and that was to learn how to check and change the air tire pressure, learn how to top off fluids, and then learn how to replace spark plugs. And I only fulfilled one of those goals for myself. I learned how to change spark plugs this week, and that just task alone for me was pretty challenging, and it was a lot of hard work. I think more than I had thought it was going to be. And so my coach and I decided to just focus on the spark plugs, and topping off fluids, he said, isn't too extremely important, and it's okay if I didn't learn how to do that just yet. And as for checking and changing the air pressure of a tire, we can have that roll on to next week. So he wasn't too worried about that. And so this week I learned how to replace spark plugs, as well as learn why they're important and how they work. So I'll insert those clips now. In this clip here, all I'm doing is removing the plastic part that is keeping the actual spark plug safe. So I'm using that wrench you see there in order to loosen the little nail so I can remove that plastic thing that you just saw me take out. And inside of that is where the actual spark plug is. So here I am just using a little magnet tool to help me take out the actual spark plug that's really deep down in there. There are a total of 4 spark plugs, so what you see me doing here is just repeating the same exact process that you saw me do before for the rest of the 3 spark plugs. And so what I'm doing now is using the same little magnet tool to replace the new spark plugs. And so I'm just putting the new spark plug at the end of the magnet tool so it can really reach down there to where it needs to be. And then again, I'm just getting that tool, the wrench, and tightening it up so that way it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm just going to be repeating the same process for all 4 of them. And that's basically all it is to remove and replace spark plugs. And so those videos that you just saw were of me replacing spark plugs, and I think out of all of the tasks that I've done so far of my project, this is probably the one where I've gotten most frustrated, and I think my motivation kind of dipped a little bit. Not too much, but I think what, really caused me to just be frustrated was the fact that I wasn't understanding how the process of spark plugs work. And I felt really bad because my coach had to get super creative and figure out different ways to explain to me how they work. So he drew diagrams for me, he called his friends, and he tried to have them explain it to me. We watched videos on YouTube, and finally, just a combination of everything, I was able to really learn how they work, which is awesome. And as for next week, I am going to be not working with my coach. Actually, I'm going to give him a break, and I'm going to be teaching one of my classmates something that I've learned throughout my project. So I'm super excited to show somebody who's actually in my class the things that I know and the things that I've been working on for this entire project. And I can't wait for next week.